Alright, let's cut the fluff and get straight to the good stuff. The way you're feeling right now, it's a vicious loop. It's like you're locked in a cage of your own making, built on this notion that if you stand tall in your own abilities, you're somehow being cocky, arrogant, or God forbid, lying to yourself or others. But here's the deal. Radical honesty can work for you, but only if you stop using it as a weapon to beat yourself up. Because that's all it's doing right now, making you nervous, uneasy, and shrinking your power. Let me take you through this mess and show you how to break free, using your own thinking to flip the script, so buckle up, we're going deep. You believe in radical honesty, and that's solid, but here's the thing. Honesty isn't about denying yourself or holding back out of fear. If you're honest with yourself, you know this is a pattern. So let's be brutally real. When you think there's always more to learn, or someone is always better than me, you're sabotaging your own growth. Those thoughts, they're not truth. They're just your mind's way of keeping you small. For example, you're sitting in a room full of people, and you have something valuable to say, but you hold back because you think you might sound cocky. That's the nervous energy kicking in. In reality, all you're doing is giving into the fear of judgment. So the question is, what's more honest? Speaking your truth or cowering because you're afraid of being judged? The truth is, you already know your worth. You just have to let yourself show it. Change the narrative. You're stuck in a belief that pride equals arrogance. But let me ask you this. Is it cocky to stand in your own value and claim what you've earned? Hell no. It's called confidence. And that's the kind of energy that attracts respect. Not because you're pretending to be something you're not, because you're standing in your own truth without shrinking. Let's take something simple, cooking. You can't tell me, after you spent years practicing and experimenting with new recipes, you're not damn good at making a dish. Yet if you don't speak up, don't share that skill, you're robbing others of that experience. That's a disservice to both you and them. Radical honesty doesn't mean you hold back. It means you own your skills and stand tall in your abilities without fear. Chunking up and chunking down. Your fear of being cocky, it's rooted in the lack of understanding about how pride and humility can coexist. So let's do a little exercise, chunking up and chunking down. Chunk up big picture. At a high level, why are we even afraid of being seen as arrogant? Because deep down we want to be loved, accepted and understood. No one wants to feel like an outsider or rejected, and that's human. No shame in that. Chunk down into the specifics. When you're sitting in a meeting and you're holding back your opinion, that's not helping you grow or serve the group. You're robbing yourself of an opportunity to be heard, and you're passing on a chance to show your skills. The science behind this. Our brains are wired to seek acceptance and to avoid rejection, but here's the kicker. People respect confidence, not arrogance. You're not giving anything away by being honest about your capabilities. In fact, you're proving value, both to you and others. The fear of not being enough. Let's dive into the heart of this, the shame you're carrying. You're terrified that if you admit your skills, your value, your talents, you'll somehow be lying to yourself, because in the back of your mind there's always more to learn. You're afraid that someone will come along and prove that you're not enough. That's bullshit. Here's the hard truth. There'll always be someone better, always, and that's the point. You'll never stop learning, and that's beautiful. The moment you stop growing, you die, literally. Growth is life. So the fear of not enough, it's a self-created limitation that has no basis in reality. Let's say you've been playing guitar for 5 years. Sure, someone else might be better. Does that take away from the hours you've spent learning? Hell no. What you're doing is stepping into your own skill, with acknowledging that there's always room to get better. The key is to keep learning, but also celebrate where you are now. Interrupting the pattern. Now we get juicy. What patterns keep you stuck in the cycle of shame and fear? Overthinking, am I good enough? What if someone's better? Perfectionism. I have to be perfect or else it's a failure. Self-sabotage, if I stand tall, someone will judge me. These patterns drain your energy, and they suppress your ability to show up fully in this world. So here's the deal, interrupt those patterns. Every time you start feeling small, pause, take a deep breath, then remember, I'm good enough just as I am. I'll always learn more, but that doesn't diminish the value I offer right now. The next time you're about to back off in a conversation or project, think, if I don't speak up now, I'm doing a disservice to myself and others. This is the moment to stand tall and take ownership. When you break that pattern, you're teaching yourself it's safe to be seen, heard and valued. And guess what? When you stop hiding, others will be drawn to you like moths to a flame. Let's talk about karma now. Not doing this, not standing in your power, and not owning your skill. It has consequences. You're telling the universe, I'm not worthy of standing tall. Well, the universe listens. And what does it give you? More reasons to feel small. More doubt, more shame, more of that nervous energy. On the flip side, when you own your truth and share it with the world, the universe starts giving you opportunities to expand, to grow and to succeed. And you feel empowered because you've stopped holding back. You're afraid of being judged, I get it. But here's the thing. People will judge you no matter what. You can't control their perceptions. The only thing you control is your energy and how you show up. So why not show up as the best version of yourself? The version that's honest, confident and unafraid of their power. Imagine you're giving a talk. If you step onto that stage thinking, what if they don't like me? You'll stumble. But if you think, I've earned this moment, I know my stuff, I am enough, you'll own the stage. And people will feel your energy. They won't be able to look away. So let's wrap this up. Your fear of being cocky is just fear. Your radical honesty doesn't need to keep you small. In fact, honesty is the key to setting you free. You can stand tall in your skill and acknowledge there's always more to learn. And not let that stop you from showing up fully. Because my friend, the world needs what you've got. And if you don't bring it, you're doing yourself and everyone else a disservice. You're worthy, you're enough. And it's time to stop apologising for your greatness. So go ahead, show the world who you really are.